You lift your arm. And then, the skin follows. A second later. Like it's not quite attached anymore. Maybe you noticed it in the mirror. Maybe in a photo someone took without warning. Maybe you were getting dressed and just stopped. And something inside you said, "When did this happen?" If you felt that, this video is for you. Not because I'm going to promise you something unrealistic. Not because I'm going to sell you a cream that reverses 20 years overnight. But because what's happening to your body right now has a real explanation. A biological one. And once you understand it, and I mean really understand it, you're going to stop blaming yourself. Because here's the thing nobody tells women over 60. It's not laziness. It's not that you stopped caring. It's not even really about age. It's about a shift inside your body that most people don't explain clearly. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. Let's start with collagen. Because everything starts with collagen. Collagen is the protein that gives your skin its structure. Think of it like the scaffolding inside a building. It holds everything up. It keeps things firm, tight, connected. When you were in your 30s, your body was producing collagen constantly. Renewing it. Rebuilding it. Then perimenopause started. And estrogen, which plays a massive role in collagen production, began to drop. Here's the number that most people don't know. In the first 5 years after menopause, women lose up to 30% of their skin's collagen. 30%. Not gradually over decades. In 5 years. After that, the loss continues, but more slowly. About 2% per year. So by the time you're in your 60s, your skin has significantly less structural support than it did 15 years ago. The scaffolding is thinner. And skin that used to snap back doesn't anymore. But that's only part of the story. There's a second layer to this that almost nobody talks about. And it has to do with your muscles. Underneath the skin, there's muscle tissue. And muscle gives the skin something to sit on. When muscle is full, firm, present, the skin looks lifted. Supported. After 50, women begin losing muscle at an accelerated rate. This is called sarcopenia. And without the hormonal environment that used to help maintain muscle, the process speeds up. So you're dealing with two losses at the same time. Less collagen in the skin itself. And less muscle underneath it. That combination is why the changes feel so sudden. Because in a sense, they were. There's a third factor. And this one is invisible. But it might be the most important one. It's called chronic low-grade inflammation. As estrogen drops, the body loses one of its most powerful anti-inflammatory regulators. And this opens the door to a state of slow, silent inflammation that affects your skin, your joints, your energy, your digestion, and your ability to repair tissue. You probably don't feel it as pain. It's subtler than that. It shows up as puffiness. As fatigue that doesn't go away with sleep. As skin that looks dull. As a body that feels like it's stopped responding, no matter what you do. And here's the thing about inflammation, it actively breaks down collagen. So even the collagen you are still producing gets damaged faster. This is why some women eat well, move regularly, take care of themselves, and still look in the mirror and feel like something is off. It's not that their efforts don't matter. It's that they're fighting something they can't see, and nobody explained it to them. Now you know what it is. I want to stop here for a second. Because there's a belief that quietly lives inside a lot of women at this stage of life. The belief that says, it's too late for me. Or, my body just doesn't respond anymore. Or the most painful one, this is just what getting older looks like, and I have to accept it. I want to challenge that. Not with motivational language. With biology. Your skin still has stem cells. Your muscles still have the capacity to grow, at any age, studies confirm this. Your body still produces collagen, less than before, yes, but it still produces it. The issue is not that your body stopped working. The issue is that your body stopped responding to the same signals it used to respond to. This is a crucial difference. When you were younger, your hormones were constantly sending strong signals to your skin and muscles, rebuild, repair, maintain. Those signals were automatic. You didn't have to think about them. Now those signals are quieter. So the body needs different, often stronger external input to respond. What worked at 35 won't trigger the same response at 62. Not because you're broken. Because the biology changed. And the approach needs to change with it. That's not a sentence of defeat. That's actually a roadmap. Let's talk about what actually makes a difference. Not a 47-step program. 3 specific things. The first is protein. This is probably the most underestimated change a woman over 60 can make. Most women in this age group eat far less protein than their bodies need. And without adequate protein, the body cannot build or maintain muscle tissue. It also can't produce collagen efficiently, because collagen is made from amino acids, which come from protein. The current research suggests that women over 60 need significantly more protein than standard guidelines recommend. We're talking about roughly 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. That sounds technical. In practical terms, most women need to add a meaningful protein source to almost every meal. Eggs, Greek yogurt, fish, chicken, legumes, whatever fits your diet and digestion. This single change, done consistently over weeks and months, has a measurable impact on muscle retention and skin quality. Not a miracle. A mechanism. The second is resistance training. Not cardio. Not walking. Walking is good, but it's not enough for this specific purpose. Resistance training. Lifting something. Working against gravity. This sends the signal your body now needs to hear loudly: build muscle, maintain structure. You don't need a gym. You don't need heavy weights. Bodyweight exercises work. Resistance bands work. The key is progressive challenge, meaning you slowly increase difficulty over time. Even 2 sessions per week, done consistently, produce visible changes in muscle tone over 8 to 12 weeks. And as muscle fills back in, the skin above it sits differently. This is not theory. This is what happens physiologically. The third is sleep and inflammation management. We talked about silent inflammation. And one of the most powerful tools against it is something you already do, or try to do. Sleep. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone. Growth hormone is directly involved in tissue repair, collagen synthesis, and muscle recovery. Poor sleep, especially fragmented sleep, which is extremely common after menopause, disrupts this entire process. Your body is trying to repair overnight, and it keeps getting interrupted. Prioritizing sleep quality is not a soft lifestyle suggestion. It's a biological intervention. Beyond sleep, reducing ultra-processed food, which drives inflammation. Managing chronic stress, which elevates cortisol, and cortisol actively breaks down collagen and muscle. None of these are complicated. But they need to work together. And they need consistency over weeks, not days. I want to leave you with something important. Everything you're feeling, the frustration, the confusion, the quiet grief of not recognizing your own reflection, that is real. It's not vanity. It's not weakness. It's the experience of a body going through one of the most significant biological transitions of a lifetime, without a clear explanation, without a real roadmap. And for most women, nobody sat them down and explained what was actually happening. So you blamed yourself. You thought you weren't trying hard enough. You thought the window had closed. It hasn't. Your body is still capable of change. Not the same kind of change as at 30. But real, visible, meaningful change. The muscle you can rebuild. The inflammation you can reduce. The collagen you can support. None of it requires perfection. None of it requires suffering. None of it requires you to become someone you're not. It requires understanding what changed, and adjusting accordingly. You now understand it. What you do with that is yours.